it's Keely and I'm back for another video. I just bumped the shit out of my camera and I'm waiting for it to stop wiggling. Okay, I think it's done. I wanted to come back here and do a Friday Reads. Friday Reads used to be really popular in like the early days of BookTube. Well, my early days of BookTube, where it was very structured. We had like Friday Reads, there was like Monday missions, and then there was something on Wednesdays where I can't remember the name of the person, but there was a booktuber that every Wednesday would give you like a prompt of what to answer with your books. And it was super like involved and structured. And then I believe that I don't think she makes videos anymore, but then she became an author or like aspiring author or something. I can't remember. But I wanted to do a Friday Reads. I was just watching Angela's video from Literature Science Alliance? I think so. I will link their channel down below. And they're like the only person that I follow that still does Friday Reads, and I really enjoy them. And I thought this would be a really simple thing that I could do every week, hopefully, to give you an idea of what I'm reading throughout the week and then what my plans are for hopefully the next week. Because as much as I love trying to put together vlogs, when I get stressed out, I just don't do it. And I'm also really bad at filming vlogs and like remembering to film anything to make it interesting other than me sitting here talking to you. That's what I wanted to come on here and start doing Friday Reads again. I am in the middle of a handful of books, as I always am, and I have another stack here of books to get started with, but I figured we would go through first with the book that I finished so far this week. I read and completed Moving Mountains. This is Writing Nature Through Illness and Disability, edited by Louise Kenward with a foreword by Samantha Walton. This was incredible. This is a collection of different themed essays, poetry, all kinds of things from authors with disabilities writing about their experiences with nature in a variety of capacities. And I loved the shit out of this one. It was so validating as someone with chronic illness. It was just absolutely wonderful. I really, really loved it. I'm learning that as I'm getting older, I'm getting really into nature writing. So I have one more book that's like nature-ish that I want to get to, and then I have a massive wish list of books that are nature writing that I would really love to read, but I want to finish the ones that I already own. So this is the only book that I finished this week. I then got from my library Hex Education by Maureen Kilmer, which is the only Maureen Kilmer that I haven't read. I read one of hers earlier this month, which was like The Road Trip from Hell or something. And then last year, the year before, I read her first one, which was called Suburban Hell. And I loved Suburban Hell. The road trip book was not bad. I DNF'd Hex Education. So Hex Education is about a woman who she's like a witch, and they very much are hinting at the beginning of the book that something catastrophic happened when she was in college with these other two girls that she was friends with that were all witches. They're basically messing around with magical powers, and they somehow set a fire. And then the whole book is basically her worried that people are going to figure out that they set the fire. And I just did not care. I read about a third of it, and then I realized that I was skimming. And then the next day when I was like, oh, I should pick that back up, I was like, I don't really want to. Maybe that's something I'll go back to in the future to figure out how it ends, but it wasn't holding my attention. So I'm gonna soft DNF it for now. It's not that it was like crap or anything. It was pretty standard, enjoyable for what it was. I just wasn't into it. So I DNF'd that one for right now. I'm making my way through this one, The Wand Keepers, A Sky Full of Dragons by Tiffany McDaniel. This is a middle grade that's very, very whimsical, very cute, and I am over halfway through it now, or maybe like just halfway. Really, really loving this one. It's the start of a new series, I believe, but this is the only one so far. And this is rolled over from my May TBR, so I'm trying to finish it. I just didn't get much reading done yesterday, but I am trying to finish this one because, sneak peek for if I do actually put together a vlog for any part of June, but I took all of the books that are on my TBR that I purchased so far this year, and I put them in like a spinny wheel thingy. I spun the wheel to get my next book for once I finish this one, and it perfectly landed on this one, which is Enola Holmes book 8. This one is The Elegant Escapade. This is by Nancy Springer. I love these books so much. There are 9 confirmed, and I think there might be like a short story or something. I saw something pop up on Amazon when I was looking at these, but I just read the 7th one a couple weeks ago. Absolutely love them. They're so cozy. They're so much fun. They do not take long to get through. The font is pretty big and there's not much on the page. So I'm very excited to read this one, but I'm trying really hard to not pick this one up until I finish this one. Then the other books that I am still in the middle of, I am about 30% of the way through Dungeon Crawler Carl Book 3, the Dungeon Anarchist cookbook. Really loving this series a lot. This book is a little bit chunkier than the first two. They are on one of the floors in the dungeon. Shenanigans are happening. Carl is still trying to survive, and I'm just having a great time with it, but I'm taking my time with it because book 8, which is the next book in the series, I don't think comes out until next year. So I don't want to like read through all of the books and then have to wait and feel like anxious about it. So I'm slowly working my way through them. I don't know if I'm going to do one book a month or what I'm going to do, but that is the one that I'm working on. Then I have not picked up in the last couple days the other two books that I'm currently reading. I am reading 2 nonfiction. So I'm reading Call the Spirits, A History of Seances by Lisa Martin. I'm up to chapter 2, which is all about necromancy. I just haven't picked it back up. And then I'm also reading Joan Didion's Year of Magical Thinking, which so far I'm really enjoying for what it is, but I just don't love reading books where someone's spouse or partner or a really close loved one dies. And that's exactly what this is. She wrote this about the year after her husband of many years died. And so I'm not super eager to pick it up, but I do need to pick it up and then be done with it. Then I have books in categories here. So I have 2 nonfiction on my list that I would really love to get to in June. We have one that I bought last year, which is David Mitchell's Dishonesty is the Second Best Policy. I love David Mitchell. I have 2 of his books and I really want to read this one because I think it's going to be kind of humorous, but hopefully very interesting. And then the other one is a memoir, and this is In the Dream House by Carmen Maria Machado. This one I might start today just because I'm so eager to get to it. And I don't think it will take that long because each like chapter is very short. It's just Dream House as this, Dream House as this, and they're only like a page or 2 each max. So I don't think this one will take me that long to get through. I'm very eager to start it. Then we have 2 books for Pride that I am reading this month. So we have another middle grade called Dear Mothman by Robin Gao. This one recently came out within the last couple years, and it also just won an award for queer writing for middle grade, and I'm very excited for it. This is a cryptid inspired story about a trans boy whose best friend dies, and they were obsessed with cryptids, and Mothman was his best friend's favorite cryptid, and so he starts writing letters to Mothman to kind of learn more about him and I think reconnect with his friend. And I think it's going to break my heart, and I'm very excited for it. And then the other one is this one, which is a collection of short stories called Rainbow by Lydia Conklin, and this one is all queer short stories, and I am very excited to get to it. And so I might sit here and on a break read like the first couple of short stories and work my way through this one. And then the final 2 books on my radar that I'm hoping to start this week or finish, if that, I mean, that would be dope if I could finish all of these books this week. That won't happen, but that would be dope, is Frankenstein by Jeanette Winterson and Mary and the Birth of Frankenstein by Anne Eckhout, translated by Laura Watkinson, translated from the Dutch. Both are Frankenstein, Mary Shelley retellings. Both are on my summer project list for books to read. I did film and edit the Frankenstein Mary Shelley summer announcement thingy that I did, or that I'm like creating for myself for summer, where basically it's going to be very chill. I'm just going to read as many Mary Shelley and Frankenstein related books, graphic novels, all that kinds of crap that I can. That video will be coming within the next few days. I just need to pick a time when I'm not trying to watch YouTube to upload it, because if I try to upload a long video or even any video at the same time that I'm trying to watch YouTube, they both take forever, and I just need to set aside time to actually upload that. that's everything that I'm currently reading, that it's on my radar to get to next, and that I'm hoping to finish. Let me know what you guys are reading this weekend. Have you finished any books so far for June? I've finished a couple, but to be fair, one was a graphic novel and 2 were kids books, like picture books. My list of books that I finished so far is one collection of essays and then some kids books, but I will take it so far. That's it. I've talked enough. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.